ETN coin is on fire, exploding more than 57% in just 24 hours. The charts are green, the community is buzzing, and traders across social media are suddenly talking about ELECTRONEUM again. But the question is this just a short-term pump, or is something much bigger brewing behind the scenes? Could this be the start of a major comeback for ETN coin? Could it go 100x from here and maybe even hit $1 in the next bull cycle? If you've been in the crypto space for a while, you might remember ELECTRONEUM as one of the early coins with a clear mission to bring crypto to the unbanked. Unlike many meme or copy-paste projects, ETN has always had a real-world focus. It was designed to be used by people who don't have access to traditional banks. And that vision gave it a strong start back in 2017 when it launched. ELECTRONEUM was one of the first projects to create a mobile mining system. Yes, it literally allowed people to mine crypto using their smartphones. That idea was way ahead of its time. And they didn't stop there. They built an entire freelance platform called AnyTask, where users could offer their services and get paid in ETN, without needing PayPal, bank transfers, or even credit cards. All you needed was a smartphone and some skills, and you could get paid in cryptocurrency. That kind of utility, especially in developing countries like India, Nigeria, and Brazil, made ETN a promising project. But like many altcoins, ETN faded from the spotlight during the long bear market. Prices dropped, attention shifted, and many people forgot about it. But now, ETN is back, and not just with hype, but with serious movement on the charts. So what's really causing this sudden surge in ETN's price? Why are whales quietly accumulating? And why is everyone suddenly looking back at this forgotten altcoin? Over the past week, ETN has shown signs of a strong breakout. 4 months, it was consolidating around the $0.0020 to $0.0025 range. But something changed. Volume started increasing, and technical indicators flipped bullish. Then, boom, it broke through resistance and surged over 57% in just 24 hours. That wasn't just a random pump. It was backed by volume, momentum, and on-chain signals. Whale wallets started accumulating ETN in silence. Blockchain data shows several large holders increased their positions just days before the breakout. These kinds of moves don't happen by accident. Smart money often moves early, before the retail crowd catches on. What's also interesting is the timing. Right now, the broader crypto market is in recovery mode. Bitcoin is steady, Ethereum is ranging, and traders are looking for the next altcoin with breakout potential. And in that environment, low market cap, low price coins, the so-called penny cryptos, tend to perform well. They're cheap, they move fast, and they capture attention quickly. ETN checks all those boxes. And let's talk about community sentiment, because that's just as important as technicals. Over the past week, there's been a huge rise in searches for ETN coin price, ELECTRONEUM news, and ETN 100x potential on Twitter, Reddit, and Google Trends. Crypto influencers are picking up on the momentum and starting to talk. And when that happens, it usually triggers a second wave of FOMO, fear of missing out, which could lead to another leg up in price. So now the real question becomes, what's next for ETN? Is this just a temporary pump, or could we be looking at a real 10x, 50x, or even 100x opportunity in the coming months? Let's look at the price structure. Right now, ETN is trading at around $0.0030. The next key resistance level sits at around $0.0035. If that breaks, which looks likely given the momentum, we could easily see a move to $0.0055. That would be the next target in the short term. After that, 1 cent becomes a psychological level. And if ETN hits 1 cent again, that alone would be over a 3x move from current levels. But here's where things get interesting. Back in 2018, ETN reached an all-time high of nearly 20 cents. That means from today's price, it would take nearly a 66x move just to revisit its ATH. And in a full bull cycle, especially one driven by global adoption, mobile integration, and crypto payments, that's not entirely impossible. But let's be realistic. Not every coin hits ATH again. So the question becomes, what's a realistic target for ETN in the next bull run? Let's assume ETN reclaims just 25% of its all-time high. That puts it at around 5 cents, still a 15x from current levels. That would turn a $100 investment into $1,500. Now if ETN does better and manages to go back to 10 cents or even 20 cents, then we are talking about a 33x to 66x return, which would put a small $100 investment at $3,300 or $6,600. So could ETN hit $1? Mathematically, it's possible, but realistically, it's a stretch, at least in the short term. For ETN to hit $1, its market cap would have to cross several $billion. That's a massive move. However, in a long-term scenario, Maybe in 3 to 5 years, if ELECTRONEUM gains mainstream adoption and more governments or telecom services start integrating it, then $1 is not out of the question. But for the next bull cycle, a target between 5 cents and 10 cents seems much more realistic and grounded. One major strength ETN still holds is its real-world application. The fact that it's not just a speculative coin but has actual use in freelancing, peer-to-peer payments, and mobile integration makes it stand out. Most coins in the microcap category are just hype, but ETN actually has utility. And that's why whales are quietly accumulating. They see the future use case. But let's not ignore the risks. ETN still has to work hard to regain investor trust after years of price decline. It also needs more exchange listings and partnerships to gain global exposure. And with heavy competition in the payments and mobile wallet space, it has to innovate constantly to stay relevant. So while the upside is big, there are real challenges too. If you're planning to invest in ETN, the key is timing. You don't want to enter blindly into a coin that just pumped 57% overnight. The best strategy is to wait for a healthy pullback, maybe towards $0.0025, and then start dollar cost averaging if the momentum continues. Or, you could ride the breakout and target short-term gains with a stop-loss below recent support. In the end, ELECTRONEUM is one of those coins that was early to the game, maybe too early. But now, the world is catching up to its vision. Mobile crypto payments are rising. Freelancers around the world are demanding alternatives to PayPal. And governments in developing nations are starting to look into blockchain for financial inclusion. That's the world ETN was built for. The pump we are seeing today could just be the market waking up to that possibility again. So whether you're a long-term believer or just discovering ETN for the first time, this is one coin to watch closely in the coming weeks. And if the momentum continues, don't be surprised if you start seeing ETN trending all over crypto Twitter again. This might just be the start of the ELECTRONEUM comeback story. So what do you think? Can ETN hit 10 cents or even $1 in the next cycle? Are you buying, holding, or passing on this coin? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more crypto gems that can make you serious money in this bull run. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. At the time of this recording, ETN is trading around $0.0025 to $0.004, depending on market volatility. That's far below its all-time high of 22 cents from January 2018. The market cap is around $50 to $70 million, with a circulating supply of over 17 billion ETN tokens. So when people ask, can ETN reach $1? What they're really asking is, can this coin go 400x or more? Let's be honest, that's a massive leap. But let's break it down. First, let's do the math. If ETN were to hit $1, with its current supply, the market cap would soar to over $17 billion. That would put ELECTRONEUM in the top 20 cryptos by market cap, competing with giants like Chainlink, Litecoin, and Arbitrum. Is that possible? In the short term, highly unlikely. In the long term, not impossible, but only under specific conditions. For ETN to even dream of $1, these things would need to happen. Massive user adoption through any task, surpassing 5 to 10 million users actively earning and spending ETN. Major exchange listings. ETN needs more Tier 1 listings like Coinbase or Binance. A significant supply burn or tokenomics adjustment. Right now, the supply is too large.